Keyboard users, I've got a very important question for you. Are you a mechanical keyboard user or a membrane keyboard user? Are you like me and you fall in between? You like optical switches or opto switches? Well, either way you go, ROCCAT's got you covered. Let's get into it. Before we kick this video off, I want to give a huge thank you to ROCCAT for sending out the ROCCAT Pyro and the ROCCAT Magma. These are two of the newest keyboards they put out, with the Pyro being mechanical and the Magma being a membrane style keyboard. And hey, it really comes down to, what do you prefer? Are you more of one or the other, or are you like me where you're in between? And this, if you're in between, then it really comes down to which one you prefer overall, because both have their advantages and perceived disadvantages, but it really comes down to what type of keyboard you prefer overall as a end user. Now me, I can float between mechanical, membrane, and opto switches just because I'm used to using keyboards. I've been in IT for over a decade, so you get used to just whatever keys are in front of you. You just you hop in and you do your thing. So in this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing, setup, and also covering the different usages and some of the cool things you can use with the ROCCAT Swarm software with the ROCCAT Pyro and the ROCCAT Magma. Before we do any of that though, if you can do me a huge solid, go ahead and hit the like button. Let's get this video to 100 likes. Sub to the channel if you haven't already for more great content such as reviews, playthroughs, walkthroughs, podcasts, and a whole lot more. I do a lot on this channel. I am independent game and tech journalist. I'm very grassroots, so your support helps overall. And also share it with someone if you think they might enjoy this video. And yeah, I know you're probably wondering, like, yo, Mekel, why is this whole recording area looking different? It's because I'm recording this from my office. I've got a whole separate office setup here. I've got, as you guys know, I think you've probably seen on my social media, I posted I got another desk and I set up the other room to be another area to record in. So I am able to do that here and also in my office. But this right here just seems spacious and cool, and I got so much more I'm going to add to this desk, but yeah, we're not here to talk about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so we got the ROCCAT, the Magma keyboard. This has got membrane keys on it. Shout out to ROCCAT for sending this out to us. So let's check it out. So this whole thing here is supposed to be LED, and you can connect it to the Swarm software to customize the flow, which I think is really, really cool. I typically like mechanical switches, and this is a membrane. So this more than likely is going to be like a secondary keyboard to me on like a separate setup. It might even be what I'm going to connect to my PlayStation 5 for when I'm playing Final Fantasy 15 or Final Fantasy 14 rather, and also using a mouse as well with it. So we'll see. So it's got the AMO Illumination, which is really dope. I love the AMO Illumination. It's got the membrane keys, which are silent. They don't have that, you'll hear when I take it out, but they're very, very silent. I like the lighting. I just wish it had a mechanical functionality, like a mechanical version of this with this lighting, because this is just incredible. So yeah, let's go ahead and go ahead and get into this. Let's flip it over. And see what we got here. All right, so this is the keyboard itself. Pulling it out of the box. Very lightweight. I thought this would have a little bit more heft to it than what it does, but it actually doesn't. So I can't complain about that. All right, so let's pull it out, and this is what it looks like. So you can see here, the up close. I actually like the grippiness of this keyboard. So if I flip it over, you'll see like there's a grippy texture here. And this is really good. And then you got your kickstands on the back to prop it up. So this is what the keys sound like. They're not bad. These are actually not bad membrane keys. I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. So let me set this to the side for a second, and what I want to do is I want to check everything else that's in the box. What we've got here, we've got the manual, and then there's one other thing here which I believe is the armrest. Yeah, okay, so it's the armrest and a piece of paper to show you how to attach and detach it. So let's get this out of the way. So pretty much seems like attaching this, as you can see there are little divots here and here, and you see the divots here and here. So just flip it over and then pretty much just connect it in like so. Oh, so it can fold up underneath, which is how it removes itself. Oh, okay. All right, so let's reconnect this. Getting kind of technical here, but let me reconnect it. And if I pop it up here. Okay. Get this extra out the way. It's it's a fairly standard length cable too. All right, so this is what it looks like overall, you know. And if I'm using it, oh yeah, I could definitely use this. I could definitely work with this. All right, so we've got the ROCCAT Pyro keyboard. This is a mechanical RGB gaming keyboard with linear switches. I'm looking forward to seeing how that functions. So shout out to ROCCAT for sending this over to us for review. Let's check it out. It's a US keyboard, so it's on US base. It works with the Swarm software and mechanical switches, durable design, and detachable palm rest, volume wheel, which I absolutely love having that, anti-ghosting, which is important if you're gaming and typing. And yeah, let's go ahead and cut this open, get inside, and see what all is available with this keyboard, and go from there. Let's prop that open, pop it up, and all right, what all we got? So with this one, off the top, we've got the palm rest, which is the same palm rest as the ROCCAT Pyro. Literally exact same thing. So, it's got the palm rest feel here, but also the divots and rest points here. And then this is how you attach it to the keyboard, the two divots. And I'll show you guys how to attach it. Other than that, literally just push it in, you detach it, just fold it back over. And outside of that, the keyboard itself, and we've got the manual, quick start guide. Let's get the keyboard through here, and then get this open. Okay, and so this is the keyboard itself. As you can see, these are the keys. And then you've got the volume wheel, which I absolutely love having that. And then on the back, you've got the anti-slip rivets. You've got the keyboard kickstand, which I absolutely love that too. And then, yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and attach this, literally line it up like so. pop it in. And that's it. And then when you want to take it off, lift it up, bend it back over, and then it comes right out like so. So since this is mechanical keys, I want you to be able to hear this, and then I'll compare it to the Pyro so you can hear you know, what membrane keys sound like. But so they're fairly loud. This is basically what I'm used to, because I was using the Razor Huntsman for the longest, and those keys sound a lot like these. Now for comparison's sake, I'm going to bring over the ROCCAT Pyro so you can hear what membrane keys sound like in comparison to these loud mechanical ones. So this is the ROCCAT Pyro. As you can see, fairly quiet overall, fairly loud. They have different feels and, you know, travel. It really comes down to what do you prefer to use overall. So if you're curious about the size difference between the ROCCAT Pyro and the ROCCAT Magma, this is exactly what it looks like. The ROCCAT Magma is wider, but, you know, it's slightly wider than the Pyro. Like I said, they have very different functionalities when it comes to like the way they sound, the key travel. This is membrane, this is mechanical. So that's what you're gonna hear on a membrane keyboard versus a mechanical one. And the other difference too, there is no volume wheel or spinner or dial like it is here on the Pyro. On the Magma doesn't have that at all. And that's one feature. I'm not sure how important that's going to be to you, but if you're looking for that type of functionality, you're not going to have that on here. What you will have is a full keyboard illumination using the AMO lighting that you can activate and customize through the Swarm software that ROCCAT provides. But other than that, yeah, that's the main difference between the two. Slightly wider for the Magma, slightly smaller for the Pyro. Membrane, mechanical, and it really comes down to your personal preference of what you prefer. I've just gotten used to over the years of using mechanical keyboards, and also right now I'm kind of in the in-between. I'm using the Vulcan Pro from ROCCAT, which is it has opto switches, so it's really right in between the sweet spot of mechanical and membrane keyboards. And so with that one, that's my go-to right there. And it also has more functionality than the two of these combined. But I like the full keyboard illumination, and I like and miss mechanical keys. But we're definitely going to test these out and do a comparison so you'll know what the difference is between the two. Okay, so here we are with the ROCCAT Swarm software, and I want to be able to show you guys what all you can actually do with this. You got a variety of settings. When you go to general features, you can set up sound feedback. I'm going to leave it at its default of no typing sound because, well, that's my preference. You can also set up different things like character repeat, repeat delay. You can set up repeat rate, as well as cursor blink rate. And then you can also do further tests here in this little section here. If you're not satisfied with everything, you want to set it back to default settings, just click reset. And then you can go over here to key assignment, and you can also do different things here like keyboard view. You can switch it to list view. Personally, I prefer keyboard view. And then you can go to each individual key if you want to assign it to different things. Then there you go. Now, if we were to go to key illumination, which is one of my favorite things then what you're able to do is change the different settings. You can change the brightness. So I'm going to take the brightness all the way up, or it can be all the way down depending on how you want it. I'm going to take it all the way up so you can see that difference. You can change the speed of the wave if I wanted to just cycle through quickly, like so. Or I can set it to AMO, which will look like this. Let me go ahead and hit apply. And then if you want, you can change it to different things. You can do fully lit, and then you can change the different themes. And then if you want to go to like heartbeat, click apply. And then that's for the heartbeat. This is what it looks like. This is freaking cool on a keyboard. Like, check that out. You can change the theme. Let's say you want it to look like that, or you want it to be blue or pink or fuchsia or whatever. You can completely change it. And the speed. So you want to take the speed down. You want a slower heartbeat beating. There you go. You can also go over to breathing 2.0, click apply, and it'll just give you that breathing functionality. You can take it all the way up as if you're fast breathing, or as if it's fast breathing. And then you can do fade effects. So basically the way fade effects is wherever you type. So if I press up here, see how it's fading? And those are the fade effects. But again, I'm gonna keep it on my standard wave because that's how I like it. And quite honestly, looking at this keyboard, looking at the brilliance of the light, I absolutely love this thing, man. And I'm not a fan of membrane keyboards, but this one's dope. Now, what I do want to show you is the alternative. The biggest difference is going to be, do you want mechanical? Do you want membrane? That's really, really, really the biggest difference between the two. All right, so here we are here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Swarm software. And by default, the general features, same exact thing that you got with the Magma. So we're not going to go over that again, but you've got the sound feedback, you've got the character repeat, you got the reset settings, and you got all your profiles down here. The exact same as you had with the Magma. Even down to the same thing that you would have for your key assignment. Same thing, list view, keyboard view, the different functionalities. It's literally the exact same thing. So it's literally what do you want to set it up to do? And if we go over to key illumination, this is where it's a little bit different. So this is where the AMO looks like what it looks like on the keyboard. As you can see, looking at the both the application as well as the keyboard here, this is what it looks like. It's going to, cycle through all the different colors in kind of their own, in unique way. Also, it reacts when you're pressing a button. And then you can also go over to, having a couple different features that you don't get with the Magma. So we can go through and look at the standard ones. You got your wave, which I can apply. Standard wave. You've got snake, which is something you don't have on the Magma. And as you can see how the snake goes about. The keyboard, which is pretty cool. And then you can go over to fully lit if you want. A fully lit keyboard. You can do heartbeat, just as you could with the other. You have breathing, which is pretty cool how it looks so different overall. Actually, same with the heartbeat. Let's go back to heartbeat. That way you can see this is what the heartbeat looks like. Isn't that cool? And then fade effects. Not much to say there. And then there's ripple effect. The ripple effect is based on where you touch, it ripples out. Like so. And then I believe there's custom mode where you can set up different zones. So all your keys, your main keys, your WASD, your arrow keys, your function keys, and your numeric keys. And you can set these up. Let's see, your WASD. Let's say you want to set it to a color. Let's say we're playing Doom. We want to set a particular color. Okay. So we got it set to the red. We're going to hit apply. So as you can see, they light up. So now I know what my WASD is when I'm playing Doom. Well, I should know it by muscle memorization, but it's illuminated. And I can go to each different thing. So if I want these to be a particular color, say I want, my arrow keys to be, let's make them yellow, right? Let me go ahead and hit apply. Now they're yellow. So you can select them in combination, individually. It really comes down to what you want them to be. Say, let's make it purple. So I got two different colors. My arrow keys are purple. My WASD is red. And, this is customization. So I like the RGB colors of the Magma and how it's fully lit. But this serves more of a purpose to me than that would. And I like mechanical keys and I like customization. So I would actually, instead of me being in wave mode or AMO like I would with the other keyboard, I honestly would stick to custom mode and just completely customize my keys to be a particular way, because this is my preference overall. But this is the things that you can do with customization for this keyboard. This is all the different settings you have. And I think it's really amazing that you have this level of customization when it comes to your keyboard. And honestly, if I had to choose between the Magma or the Pyro here, I think that's a bit of a difficult decision because it really comes down to what your preference is. I personally love mechanical keyboards, but at the same time, while I'm not a fan of membrane keyboards, I will say I do love the fact that this keyboard has some very tactile responsive membrane keys, which typically when you use a membrane keyboard, they're very mushy. These are not mushy at all. Like they're not mechanical, but they still feel solid enough that I would use these, on a regular. Now, what am I going to do with this keyboard here, the Pyro? What am I going to do with the Magma? Well, it's very simple what I'm going to do with them. This is going to be connected to my PlayStation 5 because I play Final Fantasy 14 not only on PC, but I also play it on console, and I prefer playing it with controller. And so I want to use this to be able to communicate in the chat box. So this is going to be used for that. Keyboard, the Pyro, is going to stay here with my secondary recording station, and that's how that's going to be. So that's my thoughts on these amazing keyboards. And that's it. That's the video. That wraps up the review for the ROCCAT Pyro and the ROCCAT Magma. Again, shout out to ROCCAT for sending both of these amazing keyboards out. And, honestly, I want to know what you guys think. Which do you prefer? Are you more of a membrane keyboard user? Or are you more of a mechanical user? Or do you like opto switches? Whatever your thoughts are, let's get the conversation going down below in the comment section. And if you want to take the conversation further, we do have Discord as well as Guilded. Links for both are going to be in the description below. But other than that, I think these are two of the best keyboards from ROCCAT. out of actually 4. There are 4 total keyboards that I highly recommend. There's one that I really do want to cover, which is a 10 keyless one, which I can definitely see myself using that. I can't wait to get my hands on that one because, man, just like, I love keyboards. Anyways, with that being said, if you guys want to pick up either of these, I will have Amazon affiliate links along with Best Buy affiliate links down below. That way you can pick it up. And other than that, I'm Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator, host of Hawaii's #1 podcast, Kasanova Podcast. If you want to do me a solid favor, hit the like button. Let's get this video to 100 likes. If you want to take it a step further and you really enjoyed this video, then make sure you sub to the channel and ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. And with all that being said, I'm signing out. I hope you guys have a majorly great day today. Aloha, mahalo for watching, and I will see you on the next one. These are in my hand, but peace. Mahalo for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate your support by those of you who like the videos, who watch them, who subscribe. And for those of you who are my Patreon supporters, thank you for your continued support because you help make this possible. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support what we do have Patreon on patreon.com/Mekel Kasanova. We also have Coffee as well as Subscribestar. So there's various methods if you want to support the work that we do here. We also have channel membership, so make sure you check that out. That way you get up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes here, and first, and exclusive content as well. And if you enjoy the work that I do and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So with that being said, I'm Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator. I hope to see you on the next one. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ding the notification bell. And all that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.